Hey, check this out. Welcome back to Boobdos. Woo! Sorry, I couldn't think of like any Halloween topics. It's November as well, so a bit late there. But the set looks nice though, right? The f was that? I've been excited to talk about this topic for the last 2 days, ever since I read a comment from this person here, because I cannot remember their name, but I'm putting them on screen now, where they drew a parallel between the director of Anastasia, a Breaking Bad sequel from my previous video, to Derek Savage of the Cool Cat franchise. And I thought, well, it's been about 5 years since I last checked in with Derek, so now it seems like the perfect time to see what he's been up to. From a couple new movies to a fictional rap character named Hood Rat, who makes pro-Trump raps, then buckle your seat, because this train ain't big enough for the two of us, partner, and you're gonna have to show me your dick if you want to get on. That's how we do tickets these days. In Biden's America, strap in, because we've got all this and more coming right up after this JPEG. Folks, my brand Fantasy Division now makes candles. Sorry, this bit takes a while. Just waited. Available in 3 random flavors. Will you roll higher than the hunter and win this ultra rare orange candle? Probably not. He's already won 2 items so far. Our beautiful candles are hand poured by us in the United States of Melbourne, so numbers are extremely limited. Check the description or go to fantasydivision.online. That's fantasydivision.com. Fantasy Division Dungeon Wares, like clothes for your home. I have a particular soft spot for Cool Cat and Derek Savage, largely because 4 years ago now, I made a video on this very topic on my other channel, Many Kudos. Let me recap this video for you to get you up to speed with where we were last. Derek Savage is a movie producer, writer, actor, voice actor, editor. He does it all. But his magnum opus is Cool Cat, a anthropomorphic cat who teaches kids values, I suppose. I recently found out that Derek Savage is from Virginia. In case you didn't know, the same place that Chris Chan is from. And as soon as I saw that, all the pieces just clicked. The childlike view of the world, being openly horny on social media. This is just the sequel to Chris Chan. If Chris Chan was 30 years older and like 10% more capable. He's famous for making a series of short films and then stitching them together into one big movie called Cool Cat Saves the Kids. It is a huge piece of shit, but it's very entertaining to watch, and I can highly recommend it. This movie then gets picked up by YouTube movie reviewers and content creators such as Your Movie Sucks and I Hate Everything, who cover it on their channels and obviously ridicule it. Derek doesn't take kindly to this and starts fraudulently using copyright takedown notices to silence his critics, even getting close to having one of them having their account completely banned. These fraudulent copyright takedowns drew Derek a huge amount of ire from the community, as well as from the content creators themselves, of course, who made videos calling him out for this, essentially tanking his reputation. After that, he created a yearly award show named the 420 Awards. Despite kind of having weed leaves printed on everything, it actually kind of has very little to do with weed. You'd think he'd make more references to like weed culture or like anything, I guess. You could replace it with any other word and it would have about as much relevance. I believe there might be like a token stoner movie category, but one of the options for that was Incredibles 2. You know, I don't even think Derek fully gets what 420 culture is. On top of that, he had a falling out with Jason Johnson, this man here, the actor who portrayed Cool Cat in the original film Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
Mama Cat's voice changed from the original cast, so why was she dubbed?
She told me that Derek had come on to her a couple of times and she had blown him off. And after the last day of shooting on Cool Cat Saves the Kids, she lived across the street. She was like, hey, you want to come inside? You need to take a shower and stuff. And she was like, hey, I can open some wine and have a drink. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Thanks. So I was in the shower. All of a sudden, Derek bust open the house and just thinking like that something was going on between she and I. And of course, nothing ever was. So that's why she was fired.
Cool reaction, me. Fucking idiot. And finally, when we left our story, Derek was still working on his magnum opus, Cool Cat Stops the School Something I somehow missed when I originally made the video was the story of the crowdfunding campaign for Cool Cat Stops the School Shooting. This is a Indiegogo project for something called Cool Cat's Crazy Dream. You'll notice that is not Cool Cat Stops the School Shooting. What Derek had done, the cheeky little minx, was brought on Mumkey Jones, fellow YouTuber Mumkey Jones, to play one of the shooters. And so Mumkey, announces to his fans, and his fans managed to generate around $10,000 Australian. I'm not sure what that is in American. Sorry, you can fucking do the math for once. Derek last minute decided he would not be doing Cool Cat Stops the School just yet, and instead just flipped the project to be called Cool Cat's Crazy Dream. So as you can imagine, Mumkey Jones and his fans weren't exactly happy about this, since Derek had essentially swindled them because people paid money wanting to see Mumkey Jones as one of the shooters, and that would be funny. My theory is that Derek Savage thinks that Cool Cat Stops the School is going to be his magnum opus.
We have a $1.2 million budget on this film, and for a feature film level, $1.2 million is dirt cheap.
However, this would not be the last time that Derek attempted to create Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting. At one point, he was trying to get a feature film, a television series called Cool Cat Flips a House Off the Ground, starring Cool Cat and Derek Savage, a family-friendly show at its best, where kids learn simple business and home repairs with their parents. So at this point, he's just fucking around with Cool Cat. He's just like doing random tasks. Unfortunately, Cool Cat Flips a House would not see a full release, but it's not the last we'll see of it, I'll put it that way. We don't waste any part of the animal around here. We make sure to scavenge the bones. So the first big thing Derek did since Cool Cat's Crazy Dream was Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. In Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, Cool Cat tells kids to wear the mask and be safe, but Dirty Dog thinks coronavirus is a scam.
And hi, I'm Derek Savage, coming to you today with something really awesome, and that is our brand new project. Here's the poster for it. Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus.
I always love when you see people who just have no taste. You could give this dude $10 million and he would still make a poster that looks like this. Derek goes on to explain here that Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus introduces us to the character of Dirty Dog, who I believe is also going to be playing the school role in the Cool Cat Stops the School movie.
And this is one of the main reasons is that it helps set up for our next feature film, Cool Cat Stops a Cool Cat.
Do many school shootings happen with just a revolver, just a 6-shot revolver?
Cool Cat's the good guy who says wear the mask, and he follows the CDC guidelines, and I lay a lot of that out in the film right there. But now Dirty Dog is the complete opposite. He thinks humans are sheep, and coronavirus is a scam. So this way, kids will be able to get both sides of the issue.
He says he's going to show both sides of the issue, except one of them is being portrayed by a good guy, and the other one is portrayed by a guy named Dirty Dog who hates kids and cats. So maybe a slight bit of bias there. Spoiler alert, his way of representing both sides in the movie is very contrived and very funny.
I'm going to put it out there for free viewership. I'm going to put it on YouTube and other websites.
This is just a YouTube video. You've discovered what a YouTube video is. It's so funny. This guy and the Anastasia guy, there's so many parallels where it's these like old school like boomer guys from like the LA area who think everything needs to be done the old way. Like they didn't get the memo that one guy with a camera and a microphone can now create content and reach a massive audience. They still think it has to be done the old way with like a massive film crew and fucking on-set catering and all this other shit. Look at how many fucking people he's got working here. This would have cost him a bit. Derek's neighbors just fucking hate him. Listen to this shit.
I love to get it in the school systems also, and with it being short, like 15 minutes under, the school systems could show it so easily to the kids, right?
Sure, fuck it, why not? I mean, fucking doesn't PragerU have all that bullshit in like Oklahoma and Florida schools? So I'm sure Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus can't be any worse. After numerous requests to do a Cool Cat coronavirus film, I searched the internet and could not find a kids coronavirus themed film out there, which I found extremely surprising, but also found extremely exciting. Then I thought of how the ending scene would play out, and that closed the idea in my mind, and I started writing Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, and it is awesome. And most importantly, the ending scene will promote our next feature film, Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting, which has massive potential. The film introduces Cool Cat's new archenemy Dirty Dog to the CCU, the Cool Cat universe. And Dirty Dog is one mean dog. How? It shows both sides of the coronavirus issue. Cool Cat tells kids to wear the mask and be safe with CDC guidelines, but Dirty Dog thinks coronavirus is a scam and humans are sheep for wearing masks. It helps to set up for our next movie, Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting, which we need to attract a studio or an investor to bring this feature film to life. I think that is why the Monkey Jones version of Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting never got made, because Derek really believes that that is going to be like, again, his magnum opus, and he needs like a massive studio to back it, because anything less than the best is a felony. Warning! Dirty Dog is scary and he's dirty mean. His goal is to infect the world and all the kids with coronavirus, and he goes after Cool Cat and his friends. You better watch out, because Dirty Dog will cough in your face to infect you with coronavirus. He is so mean, but also he thinks it's a scam. Don't forget that part. He's actively using it to harm the world, but he also thinks it's a scam. I'm not sure if that's meant to be some on the nose satire, but knowing Derek, it is almost certainly not.
Well, first of all, here, let me show you this. We just got these in a little bit ago, a couple days ago. This is the Cool Cat coronavirus mask right here. I just, I mean, wow, looking pretty cool. I'm not a mask wearing type folk. I mean, but here in Las Vegas, to go in any store, you have to wear a mask.
So the guy who's trying to make a Cool Cat Stops Coronavirus film on the same page has announced that he's against wearing masks. You can tell he kind of thought COVID safety would be like an issue that everyone could get behind. Obviously, we saw how it was politicized, and being a bit of a conservative himself, you could tell at a certain point he was like, oh, wait a second. We don't like masks now, do we? But I've already bought all these fucking Cool Cat masks. Fuck! So instead he contrives this reason of like, oh, well, some places you have to do it. So if you have to do it, you may as well wear a motherfucking Cool Cat mask. You see, why don't you help out your old pal Derek? I mean, I'm falling on hard times. This is a very 2010 desk setup. 2 mice, 2 keyboards, glass table, horribly gaudy. Since he lacks the know-how to screen record, he instead opts for my favorite method of recording computer monitors. Recording it with a camcorder. Who needs editing when you can just zoom in the camera on what you want to look at?
All the Cool Cat's dialogue is already recorded. I have 5 more pages.
That cut to wide is so fucking funny. Why did he include that? This is what guys be doing in the cuck chair. This is Sneeko POV. Whatever, fuck you. And if the Christian comparison was not apparent enough,
look at that. I don't know, can you see that right there? It's a little, what do you call this, a Lego? And this lady's name's Julie. Julie, if you see this, I saw you, I found you on LinkedIn, and I'm going to email you.
Julie! Derek managed to make off with $7,785. I believe that is American. And he very sneakily set a $400 goal. Compare that with one of his earlier projects, the original Cool Cat Saves the Kids fundraiser back in 2013, where he wanted 37,000 Australian. You could tell he was like, well, I'm probably only going to get like $5,000. So if I just make it less than that, then I'll get $5,000 for free. And $5,000 he got. He was able to take this money and create Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, and that is now available on his YouTube. If you want to watch this in its entirety, I'll pop a link down below. It's unlisted, but you can get a link to it from the Kickstarter page.
I'm Dirty Dog, and I'm going to pollute all the kids with coronavirus, and I'm going to get that Cool Cat. I hate Cool Cat, and I hate kids.
So here we're first introduced to Dirty Dog, the new antagonist of the Cool Cat franchise. He announces his plan, which is that he's going to infect everyone with coronavirus because he hates cats and he hates kids. If you're expecting some kind of motive for any of this, you are watching the wrong video, I'm afraid, my friend.
Hey, Daddy Derek, what are you doing?
Well, hey, Cool Cat. I'm just doing a little bit of work. So what do you have planned for today?
I'm about to go outside and boogie woogie.
If it wasn't obvious as well, Derek is playing every character now. He's both dubbing the Dirty Dog, and he's also doing Cool Cat's voice now after falling out with Jason. Derek's voice acting range is minimal at best. So it randomly cuts to a number of these photo frames here, and these are all people who donated at least $300 to the Kickstarter. He also offered one of these spots to Adam from Your Movie Sucks in exchange for Adam doing 2 entire videos on the project. For a channel that large, sponsor deals can be, in the tens of thousands of dollars. And that's for a small 1-minute integration. Instead, Derek's asking for like 2 full videos to be made where Cool Cat is the focal point of the video. Not to mention the fact that they had a big falling out after Adam schooled him on copyright claims and fair usage, with Derek only unblocking him in order to ask him to promote the film.
One of the rewards is having a person's picture featured in a scene. If you do 2 videos, I'll give you one of those picture spots.
He meets up with these 2 girls who are friends, and they're keen to hang out with him, but they're worried about coronavirus. Cool Cat spends the next about 10 minutes dryly explaining the proper procedures for being COVID safe.
One of the main things is to wash your hands several times every day.
Is getting your hands wet good enough?
That's a good question. And the answer is no. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, says you need to wash them for 20 seconds.
I guess Derek couldn't be asked making like a Cool Cat sized mask. So in this film about coronavirus safety tips for kids, Cool Cat leads by example by not wearing his and simply saying that he forgot.
The mask needs to fully cover your mouth and nose to work correctly. I forgot and left mine at home.
He's such a shit role model. I love how much of Derek's projects revolve around people skulking around. Like, no real motive, no real plan, just slinking around the backyard of like whichever of his neighbors he could convince to let him film in their patios. Is that what Derek thinks like a bad people do? They just kind of clamber around and look for trouble.
So that's where that ugly cat and his red hair friends are. And they're playing with those stupid sheep face masks.
In order to try and infect the Cool Cat and the 2 girls with coronavirus, Dirty Dog coughs on a water balloon and throws at them, but misses. They make fun of him, he runs away, then they sing a rap and immediately break the social distancing laws. They sing the worst rap I've ever fucking heard.
There's a Cool Cat rhyme that's easy to share. It's about being healthy and showing you care. I'm Cool Cat and I'm the coolest cat. All rappers know I got the righteous safety tip.
Absolutely no effort made to like rhyme or have any kind of flow. He also plugs his film in the middle of the rap, which is kind of a baller move, TBH.
Cool Cat Saves the Kids is an awesome movie. It's full of action and it's the coolest kids film. There's a punk kid. I'm going to fetch you a coronavirus, you ugly kid.
And in Derek's mind, bullying is just some guy coming up to you and going, ugh, ugh. Not even like 30 seconds after coughing on a child to infect him with coronavirus, he announces that coronavirus is a scam and then does his song called Coronavirus is a Scam.
I'm Dirty Dog, and I'm the baddest there is. My coronavirus rhyme are the best there is.
We get Anthony Fantano in on this one. Despite saying multiple times that it's a scam, he never says like in what particular way. There's no clarification outside of it is a scam. And one line in the rap about politicians using it, I think.
Coronavirus is a scam, but some people are sheep and let the media and politicians lie to them.
That's part of Derek's plan to show the nuanced takes on the coronavirus pandemic. I guess Derek realized that having the grotesque villain character represent one of the 2 sides of the argument probably doesn't portray it very fairly in Derek's eyes. So he writes in a contrived line from Mr. C. Cat.
And remember that people have different opinions on this virus, so always be nice to them.
After Dirty Dog's cool rap, he decides to catch a coronavirus and inject it with magic. There's just magic in this now.
I caught a coronavirus, and now I need to add my magic sauce.
He appears to have spilled on himself.
I can't believe it! It actually worked! Thank you, Witch Dog, for the evil magical power. backwards. Go and attack Cool Cat.
Oh no! It's our coronavirus mom! And it's attacking! Help!
I'm Cool Cat, and I'll save the kids.
Holy fuck. So Cool Cat easily destroys the coronavirus attack. One of the main selling points of this feature film was that it sets up the magnum opus. Cool Cat stops the school shooting.
Cool Cat loves school, and I hate school. School is for dummies. I got something for Cool Cat and his ugly friends. I'll get them at their school, and I'll get them good. It's time for Dirty Dog to rule the world.
This feels like one of those things, like, you know, those memories you have, those core memories of like just something unreasonably scary to you as a kid. Like, this feels like it could be that for one kid, you know, like that. This could be the thing that every time this movie plays, they have to like run and hide behind the couch. I had a couple of those. There was one that game, Alex the Kid for Sega. Every time the character died in that, the sound effect really like haunted me for some reason. I had to like run out of the room and like put my fingers in my ears. Derek probably looked back at how bad it was to have an entire film about COVID safety for kids and have the mascot character not wear a mask. So he kind of adds in this random sequence at the end where Cool Cat is now wearing a mask.
In the film, I forgot my mask, so I wanted to show you how cool I look in it. So always remember the important things, and remember that Cool Cat loves you! Yeah!
I think he added this in post because he realized it probably didn't look very good having the main character of a coronavirus safety video not wear a mask. The more cynical part of me thinks maybe he just didn't want to waste the opportunity to shill his masks, which you can no doubt buy on his merch store.
It's been reported that Cool Cat fought the coronavirus and won.
It's over now? Then it's all good. Cool Cat killed COVID already. Go outside and spit all over each other as much as you want. Following this, people were no doubt excited for the long-awaited Cool Cat Stops School. However, those who avidly followed the CCCU, the Cool Cat Cinematic Universe, were dying for this next installment. But what we were given instead was Cool Cat versus Dirty Dog Unleashed, featuring the world's only civilian-owned Harrier jet, which is, of course, why anyone goes to see a movie. Starring Cool Cat, Derek Savage, Dirty Dog, Lieutenant Cole Nowles, and the Harrier jet that has its own credit. I wonder if Derek made a fucking IMDb credit for the fucking Harrier jet. The pitch for this one, a little bit of deja vu, I think. For the past couple of years, the world has become a crazy and confusing place for kids and adults too, and we need more Cool Cat. Cool Cat versus Dirty Dog Unleashed is the story of Cool Cat, who loves to protect kids, but Dirty Dog hates children. And Dirty Dog is mad because coronavirus is fading away, so he makes his own virus to infect the kids, the Dirty Dog virus. But the Dirty Dog virus becomes a national danger, so Cool Cat enlists his family friend Colonel Knowles and his Harrier jet to help hunt down Dirty Dog and destroy the virus. This film also has a great backstory where Cool Cat helps his daddy clean and sell a house, showing its cool work besides your parents and that family utility is important. That is the Cool Cat Flips a House special woven into the narrative of Cool Cat versus coronavirus. The B plot of this movie about Cool Cat stopping coronavirus is him and Derek just fuck off for a wee while to go and do some house inspection and repairs and sales. He also introduces this new character. It's just a beaver.
Hi, Daddy Derek, and thank you for casting me in your movie!
Not much else to talk about on this Kickstarter page, just a lot of waffling. And it also would spoil a lot of this beautiful movie, which I have purchased for you. It cost me $10, but allowed me to download it. Now, out the gate, it already reuses the same title from Cool Cat Stops Coronavirus. You'll quickly realize that the title sequence isn't the only thing that it borrowed from Cool Cat Stops Coronavirus. He did add one thing in, which was a barrage of newspaper headlines and stock images based around COVID-19, all of which are a bit intense for like a kid's film. Like, these aren't fictional characters in like a fantasy realm or something. Like, these are all real people dying. It's a very weird choice. Also just a very boring choice. You know, it's not world building. It's just, this is just real life. That's just a fucking JPEG. I don't know what the fuck that was. It was like a 144p JPEG. 1 million have died. Imagine showing that to a fucking 6-year-old. Whoa. Cool Cat versus Dirty Dog. The Virus Wars. stops. Blood in the background for some reason. Really quickly, you realize, oh, this is just Cool Cat Stops coronavirus. But there is more than just that.
Wow, that was fun. Now I'm going home to play a video game.
Cool Cat's a gamer. That's awesome.
I can't find any dumb kids to pick on.
I know I'm going to keep harping on this. Just the complete lack of motivation. He's being a dick, but on like varying scales of intensity. Like sometimes he just annoys Cool Cat and 2 girls, and then other times he releases like a bioweapon on the entire United States.
Where's that ugly Cool Cat? Oh, I just got a breaking news notification. I better check it out.
That's how every app developer thinks you'll react when you get their cool push notification.
Is the pandemic over? If you notice, no one's wearing masks. Everybody seems to be in pretty good shape. And the pandemic is over.
There has to be another virus out there. And if I can't find one, then I'll make one.
There you go. And I'm going to jump over you, Shirt. Jump, jump, jump. Ha, ha, ha. I just got you, Shirt. And here comes the hat. I just jumped over you, Hat. Wow.
Cool Cat Shirt Jumper received an 8 out of 10 from IGN. At this point in the film, they just straight up start renovating a house.
Hey, Cool Cat. Are you ready to go to the house and learn some construction? I sure am, Daddy Derek. Whenever you're looking at a new house, Cool Cat, it's good to look at the plumbing and the exterior, especially on the slab, because you never want to buy a house where the slab is broken, because that can be very expensive to fix.
I think this music, along with the weird circumstances and like the setting especially, makes this feel like it's like the cutscene before a Trevor mission in GTA 5. So while this is happening, we cut to Dirty Dog, who's attempting to make his Dirty Dog virus, along with his prisoner, Beaver, the character mentioned earlier. He doesn't appear to be restrained in any way. He's just kind of sitting there on the side. At one point, he asks Dirty Dog why he's doing this, and I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Maybe we're actually going to get like a hint of motivation, but instead we got...
What are you doing? I'm making the Dirty Dog virus, and I'm going to affect all the kids. But why do you want to do that, Dirty Dog? Because I'm a bully, that's why.
Just boring, just lazy, really. I think it also speaks to the fact that Derek just has like no faith that children can, comprehend a complex narrative. And I suppose that's true at certain ages, but like I also think people, don't give kids enough credit for what they are able to understand and take on. I mean, I know I have a lot of formative moments myself being trusted to watch, a movie that was aimed at a bit of an older audience than me, watching something with like an M rating instead of a PG rating. And, you feel like, okay, cool. People trust me to take on this information. Derek has never had kids, to my knowledge. And so I don't think he's aware of that. He seems to think kids just want like 2-dimensional flat characters. The fact he doesn't have kids, I think, does like play into this a bit more as time goes on, like the house flipping part. There's a few quotes from that, and I guess even just the vibe of it in general very much feels like someone who like wanted to have children, did not get the chance to for whatever reason, and he's missed this opportunity in his life to pass on his knowledge or whatever. And these movies almost kind of feel like a means for him to do that, with Cool Cat as the stand-in for the son he never had.
It is so cool to work with your child. So I hope you guys get out and do some work, some home repairs, or teach your kids some business, because it'll help them for the rest of their life.
I guess at a certain point he realized that these movies aren't funny enough.
I'm so happy I could cut a fart.
So he, as in the fart joke.
It has such a great aroma. No! My fart is killing my viruses! This is terrible!
Doing a fart joke like that, but in a fursuit, definitely switches the vibe.
Breaking news. Since this morning, a new virus is sweeping through our city and has infected numerous people. Updates coming in next hour's news.
It's discovered that there is a new virus, so Derek gives Cool Cat some great advice.
Hey, Cool Cat, I want you to always wash your hands and exercise, okay? I promise I will.
I don't think exercise is on the CDC's list of things that prevent coronavirus, but hey, it can't hurt, can it? They come home, Cool Cat wants to sing to make himself feel better. The song sucks.
Picture, 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 it'll look so good. Picture, 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 let's take a picture.
Then he goes to his parents. She's cutting up some dirty ass lettuce, just like Mama used to make.
Well, hey, pretty cat. What are you doing?
I'm making dinner for my 2 men.
It's very sexually charged. Look at Derek's disgusted face here when he sees the lettuce. He's like, what the fuck? Bitch, what the fuck are you doing to my counter? And then he realizes he's on camera. Cool Cat's going to his room while they have a POV makeout. It's really gross. The bestiality aspect of Cool Cat's always going to just be a bit of a black mark over this whole series, I think. They couldn't get the Obama impersonator back, so they just redub his takes from earlier.
This is Channel 9 News, and we are experiencing a new virus called the Dirty Dog Virus.
I need something big and bad to stop the dirty dog virus, and I need the Harrier jet.
Oh, wow, that's a great idea.
His dad just has no problem with him trying to take on a worldwide pandemic. And why do you need a Harrier jet, Cool Cat? What the fuck is that? Oh no. The fuck is that on your wall, Derek? In order to get the Harrier jet, they have to ring up the real lieutenant who owns it. The only person who owns a civilian Harrier jet. I don't even know how you get that. Now, Derek has just been playing really fucking loose with the transition slides around here.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Despite the fact that there is now an even worse virus out there, they still have to go and sell the house. They change their shirts so that it matches the original footage they did when they filmed Cool Cat Flips a House. At no point do they show the actual renovation of the house part of Cool Cat Flips a House. Apparently, the original was 18 minutes long. I have a feeling this probably isn't the full film, and I feel like he may have just cut out the actual construction and renovation side of things, which is funny because that's probably the only part that a child would find interesting, you know, like painting a wall or stripping back old tiles and putting down carpet, or, you know, people love before and afters. But Derek omits all of that and instead opts to only show the kid the riveting process of inspecting a property and showing a potential buyer on the property who, for some fucking reason, refuses to have his face seen. It's edited in a way where it's like almost comedic how little you can see this guy's face. They sell the house. It's cool. Derek gives him a no joke, a magical amulet from Cool Cat's late granddad.
Good golly, it's beautiful.
And this has magic to it.
I thought that this necklace would in some way come up in like the final battle, like Cool Cat has to use its magic to defeat Dirty Dog's magic, but I don't think this actually ever comes up again for the rest of the movie.
And I have to get Dirty Dog and save the kids.
And may God bless you, Cool Cat.
Dirty Dog sings another song.
He's just a dumb cat that all the dumb kids love.
Despite being let down time and time again, I really thought maybe this might finally be some kind of motivation for Dirty Dog's actions. Maybe he's jealous of the affection that Cool Cat receives from the kids. But yet again, my faith was misplaced and he doesn't seem to give a shit at all. Cool Cat gets in touch with the fucking guy in the Harrier jet who fucking napalms him.
It's time to stop Dirty Dog.
That's affirmative. Napalm is ready for release.
So Cool Cat and Lieutenant Colonel, whatever the fuck, violate the Geneva Convention. I hope Derek has the copyright for that footage.
What was that? It burnt my butt.
So the napalm strike is completely useless. Probably killed roughly 20,000 people. He releases the Dirty Dog virus. Supposedly is spreading around the world. They fight, but like Cool Cat does like almost nothing and just beats him easily. Just like steps to the side and like trips him up and shit like that. And then at one point, Dirty Dog does another one of his farts, and then it kills coronavirus. So
I'm going to get you, and I'm going to get you at your school. Just wait. The bullets will be flying at your skull.
So there is the new teaser for Cool Cat Stops the School.
It's been reported that Cool Cat fought the virus and won.
And lastly, they have like a post-credit sequence showing him filming the farting scene.
Fart time. Stand up and sideways and then twist back to it. Fart time, okay? Twist towards, okay. Yeah, bend over. And shake that booty.
This is going straight to Derek's personal collection. So yeah, that's the movie. That's Cool Cat versus Dirty Dog Virus Wars. But Derek's exploits don't just stop there. Derek has continued to run his 420 awards. He also has a very lofty but also realistic goal of being the fourth largest award show. And his reasoning for why he might be able to do that is because
they're all so stinking political. You know, they can just kick that damn politics out of there, baby doll. Because in the 420 Awards, it's all about entertaining the folk.
I'm sure I don't need to point out the hypocrisy of complaining about politics in award shows while naming your award show the 420 Awards, which is an inherently political topic. Of course, his non-political 420 Award show regularly brings up politics.
But the thing is, we're not going to make fun of the coronavirus. We're not here to disrespect anything. Folk, it is the dancing coronavirus scientist. Come on out here, Mr. Scientist. Yay! Come on, boogie down a little bit now. Look at him boogie.
Getting a guy in a costume to jiggle around is probably one of my favorite ways Derek finds to just kill time.
Dance, Blunt Boy, check him out. Go, Blunt Boy. Go, Blunt Boy.
So obviously none of the celebrities actually show up to receive their awards, and so Derek comes up with a variety of excuses and jokes for why they can't make it.
John Wick himself, Keanu Reeves, here to accept this award. Come on over here, Mr. Keanu Reeves. Hey, check you out. Hit fist bump there, buddy.
But while they're obviously meant to be funny, it only highlights how out of his depth he is.
And unfortunately, Miss Johansson is in Los Angeles. The whole city is locked down right now.
And how he has no contacts with anyone in Hollywood.
The award for cats, it's her herself. Taylor Swift is here tonight, guys. Come on out here. How are you doing, sweetie?
Hey, wait a second. That's not Taylor Swift. That's Keanu Reeves. And of course, Derek continues to have a tenuous grasp on the English language.
The Big Lewinsky, Hazley, and Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande, and Billie Eilish for the winner of the 420 Awards. Favorite all-time movie is The Big Lebowski.
The one thing I did find that I thought was very entertaining was he seemingly missed a year but didn't want people to know that. The 2022 420 Awards is an interesting one. Derek has made a poster for it and everything, but seemingly due to technical difficulties, all of the footage for it has been lost. I don't know whether or not I believe him that he made it. Tons of people commented being like, hey, what the fuck happened in 2022? You never like posted or anything. And so he made up this contrived thing here where he pretends to like start the award show and then the footage gets corrupted.
Here's the producer of our show, Derek Savage.
Hello and welcome to the annual 420 Award.
He almost made it like convincing at the start with it like cutting out like this, but then adding in the busted film reel. Derek Savage 420 Awards are filmed straight to fucking IMAX.
But I've read a few comments out there online saying, where's the 4th annual 420 Awards at, Derek? So hey, I just wanted to show you guys. And the thing is, for the folk who were there, oh wow, we had a spectacular time. Yes, sirree.
I'm genuinely unsure whether or not the 2022 420 Awards actually happened. The last major thing he's been doing has been his rapper persona. He is now a rapper and it's kind of racist. This is Hood Rat Raps and it's just Derek. He says, yo, I'm Hood Rat and I got something to say. You can visit me at hoodratraps.com and if we go to that, there's an amazing banner. Hood Rat, the rapper that spits truth. Hood Rat's musical journey started years ago. No, it didn't. And instead of taking the curse word road, if this and if that, Hood Rat chose to rap about things that are important. Hood Rat raps about things that people hold close to their heart. Hood Rat, Hood Rat, Hood Rat. And that's quoted to Hood Rat Raps. Hood Rat has done one song so far. It's called Hood Rap for Trump.
I see my city falling apart. The streets are filthy with drug addicts nodding now.
Zero attempt to rhyme for about the 10th time. Also, you can tell he's trying to be black, but Derek doesn't know how like young black people talk. So he's impersonating the closest black person he knows. What sounds like his preacher from when he was 10.
My eyes have changed and I'm seeing clearer. And Hood Rat is saying Donald Trump is the leader.
If you reverse the image search, the background he's in front of, he appears to have just searched the word ghetto on a stock image website. He pretty much just uses the Twitter account as a means to spout his politics. There is obviously so much that has happened since I last covered Derek, and I'm sure I've barely scratched the surface. We haven't even really looked at his tweets, but I mostly wanted to cover the main entries, the juicy meat of the Derek Savage sandwich. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun, very nostalgic for me. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Catch you later. PewDiePie out.